If you're a parent dealing with eczema, oh my gosh, it can feel like a full-time job, right? Everybody's got an opinion, your family, your friends, that blog you found yourself scrolling through at 3 a.m. But what does the science actually say? Let's cut through all the noise and get to some real solid answers. It really just boils down to this one simple question: what is truly the best thing for your baby's super sensitive skin? I mean, you see natural all over one bottle, and then your doctor might recommend something completely different. So today we're going to break down the two main approaches to figure out what's really going on at the skin level. Alright, so here is our game plan for today. We're going to start with what's actually happening with eczema-prone skin. Then we'll tackle the big one, the petroleum jelly question. From there, we'll put petrochemicals and natural ingredients head to head and figure out what it all means for your baby's skin barrier. Sound good? Let's do it. Okay, first things first. Eczema is not just dry skin. Thinking that it is kind of like saying a leaky roof is just a little water problem. No, the real issue is the structure of the roof itself. And with skin, it's a deep biological challenge we're facing. So here's the really crucial part to understand. It's a two-pronged problem. First, you have weakened skin barrier that's letting all the good stuff like moisture out and letting all the bad stuff like irritants in. And at the exact same time, you have an immune system in the skin that's totally overreacting to everything. This is precisely why the ingredients you put on that skin is so incredibly important. Now, what's the first thing most of us are told to do? Yep, let's talk about the giant tub of petroleum jelly that is in pretty much every single medicine cabinet across the country. And look, there's a good reason this is the standard advice, It's been used for generations, it's trusted, and this is a big but, when we're talking specifically about unique challenges of eczema-prone skin, well, then picture starts to get a little bit more complicated. So let's dig into the science. How do these ingredients, we're talking petrolatum, mineral oil, liquid paraffin, all of which are petrochemicals, how do they actually work when you put them on your skin? They create something called an occlusive layer. The easiest way to think about this is like putting a layer of plastic wrap over the skin. It literally forms an airtight seal on the surface. Now that's designed to stop moisture from escaping, but what else is that seal doing? And here's where we run into potential problems for eczema. The airtight seal can actually trap heat and sweat right against the skin, which can make irritation worse. It can also lock allergens and other irritants right up against the skin, which is the absolute last thing you want during a flare-up. And maybe, most importantly, while it seals the skin, it doesn't add any actual hydration into the skin. It's just a lid. So what's the alternative then? Well, the natural approach has a completely different philosophy. It's not about sealing the skin off from the world. It's about actively working with the skin's own biology to help it get stronger from the inside out. This is more like a three-pronged attack. First, you have ingredients called humectants, like glycerin, that actually pull moisture into different layers of the skin, so active hydration. Second, you have things rich in lipids like shea butter that help the skin rebuild its own protective barrier. And third, you have calming agents like aloe vera that work to actively soothe redness and discomfort. See the difference? So when you put them side by side, the two philosophies become crystal clear. On one side, you have petrochemicals, which create an external, airtight seal that just coats the surface, and on the other, you have natural ingredients working from within to actively hydrate, to help the skin's own repair processes, to calm irritation. The goals themselves are fundamentally different. Okay, let's tie all of this together. Why does this whole distinction, sealing versus supporting, why does it matter so much that we're dealing with eczema? It all comes back to one concept, the compromised barrier. When your baby's skin barrier is weak, it's like a faulty dam. It just can't hold the moisture in, and it can't keep the irritants out. This leads directly to the vicious cycle of dryness, irritation, and inflammation that is the hallmark of an eczema flare-up. So what the skin is desperately crying out for is consistent hydration. Ingredients that actively help it rebuild itself, and formulas that are breathable and won't trap heat and make things worse. The goal isn't just to patch the dam from the outside. It's to actually strengthen the dam itself. So, as we wrap this all up, the key takeaway here is really a shift in perspective. We're moving away from just thinking about covering up the problem and instead thinking about how to solve it. And this is the thought I really want to leave you with. The goal isn't just to cover the skin, it is to help rebuild it. So the next time you're looking for any product, just ask yourself this one question. Is this just putting a temporary patch on the problem? Or is this giving my baby the tools it actually needs to heal itself? The answer to that question, well, it's going to tell you everything you need to know.